Hi guys, so I thought we'd play around for a few minutes with an Atlatl and show you how it works and compare it to throwing a dart by hand versus using the Atlatl thrower, and then compare that to a 20-pound draw weight bow and see how they compare. And they're surprisingly actually quite comparable. So what an Atlatl is, essentially it's a stick that extends the length of your arm, so to give you extra leverage to throw an arrow or throw a dart. Typically the longer the dart the better. These were the longest pieces of bamboo that I had handy, and essentially it's just tipped with a standard arrowhead target tip. A little duct tape fletching on it, and I've marked one side of the fletching with red and left the other one alone, and the way I throw this is red side up. And what I did is kind of put some pressure down on the arrow, and it will tend to bend outwards on one side consistently. And so I have that side oriented upwards, and this way I just get a consistent throw. Each dart will bend the same way and straighten out as it flies. The Atlatl itself, and I'm not an expert at all at doing this, I've just sort of had fun, made this on a camping trip. Just a piece of wood with a notch here, and that notch mates up with a little hole in the back of the Atlatl dart, and you essentially will hold it in your hand like this with one finger, and as you throw you'll release the finger and the dart will fly out. So I've carved this to be fairly lightweight here, and hollowed out the inside of the handle to reduce the weight as well. The less weight I have in my hand, the faster speed I can throw it. And yeah, so let's give it a couple of throws. So first one, I'll just throw a dart just with a bare hand as far as I can, and then we'll compare it to launching it with this thing, and the difference is significant. And then we'll shoot a bow and an arrow and compare the distance. So first I'll throw two darts by hand as best I can, and we'll see how far they go. There's a blue can there, it's about 25 yards. There's a white can further along in our little pond that's about 50. And there's a frying pan hanging from the pine tree back there, is about 75 yards. So we'll see how far we can get. Just throwing by hand, I'll throw two of them. Nice aim right at the tree. Try again. Okay. Well, hitting the tree notwithstanding, I'm getting maybe, well, less than 25 because I'm standing a little bit forward of the line. I'll try one more by hand. Okay. I would say, because I'm standing forward of my mark, probably in the 20-yard range, 22 yards. So let's launch a couple with the thrower. That was a little off to the side. Let's try this again. Almost right on the white can. Didn't have quite enough elevation. Probably get more distance if I was closer to 45 degrees. Let's try that. Oh, that one wasn't a very good throw. For comparison, I've got an old 20-pound draw weight bow. So he went a little bit further than my best Atlatl throw, but not by a whole lot. I'll trot down there and come back and report on the difference. The difference I don't believe is very significant. They're both in the 50-yard range, which is, with the Atlatl, that's not bad for Stone Age technology. It predates using a bow and arrow. Okay, so I just fetched the arrows and darts. The bow and arrow went, I would estimate, about 5 yards further than the Atlatl. I'm going to give this guy 2 more throws. Let's see if I can do any better. Okay, that was beyond the white jug, and probably within 2 yards or so of the bow and arrow. That one wasn't quite as good. One last throw. Gotta leave it on a decent throw. Well, that wasn't the decent throw. Let's try this orange one. I find this guy's a bit too flexible. Okay, so he is probably in the 45-yard range. So we seem to be pulling on a decent throw, 45, 50, 52 yards, something like that. Not bad for just a stick, and that was more than double, more than double what I was able to throw just by hand.